The volume of digital product transactions has increased by almost 70% over the last 2 years, and in fact, spending on digital products reached $135 billion in 2024. I mean, a lot. So, if you've been thinking about selling digital products to make a living or just boost your income a little bit, now is the best time to do so. And in this video, I'll share 7 tips to make your digital product business the best it can be. So, strap in and let's get into the video. Okay, so chances are you already have a digital product in mind, or maybe you've even started selling it already and just want to expand your lineup a little bit. But if you're still on the fence about your product, my general tip would be to just focus on something that's both high in demand and aligned with your skill set. Popular digital downloads like printables, templates, or ebooks often draw a ready audience, which can boost sales really quickly for you. And if you need more inspiration, definitely check out this video right here, and I would recommend skipping to about 6 minutes and 15 seconds for a full rundown on trending product ideas. Okay, so let's say you've got all your products figured out and ready to go, and now you actually need a place to sell them on. I mean, that's the whole point, right? So, I mean, the best thing that I highly recommend for this is creating your own online store. And your digital storefront needs to look really good and work well so that your potential customers' first impressions of your brand are really positive ones. Of course, it is possible to sell your digital products on third-party platforms like Etsy or Gumroad, and sure, the exposure is absolutely great on these sites, but that comes with its downsides too. For example, the competition is pretty fierce, and not to mention the platform and transaction fees that might come with the deal as well. And with your own online store, you don't have to subscribe to the selling platform's terms and conditions. You can choose your own preferred payment providers, and whether it's your products, posts, or store design, you're absolutely fully in control of your own online store. And if you choose the right tool for this job, like Hostinger's website builder, for example, you won't have to share your earnings either, because Hostinger charges around 0% commission on your sales, which is, I mean, pretty great. Now, you might think that launching a website is hard work, and in some cases that might definitely be true. However, with Hostinger website builder, you can start building your website by simply prompting the AI with a description of your business. And the result will be a fully functional and unique website. You'll just have to tweak it a little bit to your liking, but after that, you'll basically be good to go. And best of all, Hostinger website builder creations are fully responsive, which means your site will look great on any device like mobile, iPad, or really anything else you can think of. And trust me, you'll definitely want a website for your digital product business anyway, so why not pick the best tool for the job, I mean, right? So you're literally minutes away from your dream online store. So click the link down below in the description and choose the business plan. And don't forget to enter the discount code WB10 during checkout for an extra 10% off your purchase. And I mean, in the end, also, your beautiful, fast, and professional website will let visitors know that you're just worth trusting and making it much easier to convince them to purchase your digital goods. But what can you actually do to make it easier for them to make that decision? I mean, for your customers, that is. Well, this brings me to my second tip, which is that you've got to communicate the value of your products, and you have to do it really well. I mean, it's not enough to just list your stuff and expect it to sell out magically. I mean, you need to clearly explain what your product offers to your customers. I mean, really just think about it. People aren't really buying an ebook, a template, or an online course. They're buying the results they believe the product will bring them. And if you're not that big on marketing, it may be difficult to start off with this, so let me quickly break it down for you. So first, identify the product's key features. Then translate those key features into actual benefits. And really, if you think about it, it's not that difficult. Just imagine this situation. For example, you're selling a graphic design template, right? And one of its features is that it's fully customizable. And what does that mean to the customer? Well, it saves them hours they would have spent designing that template from scratch. And ask yourself this: how does this make my customer's life better? And lead with that in your messaging all the way through. Once you get all of this worked out, then you must present it to your target audience in a way that really does resonate with them. Of course, start by crafting compelling product product descriptions on your online store. Then start using social media for promotion like Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest. They are really heavy platforms with visuals, so they work great for showing off things like templates or design assets as well. Now, if your product is more educational, like a course, for example, LinkedIn or YouTube might be the better options for you to promote your product. And on these platforms, consider creating content around your actual product or its niche. And the shorts format is specifically great for this type of marketing. Just post stuff like tips, before and after montages, or simple behind the scenes videos. And if you want, you can always go deeper than that. For example, if you've got the time, you could always live stream on YouTube or Twitch, and that is a really powerful way to connect with your audience in real time. Now, the better you communicate your product's value and engage with your audience, the easier it will be to convert curious visitors into actual loyal customers. Take the time to refine your messaging, pick the right platforms, and establish a really good relationship with your audience. So, once you've got your communication strategy and content all worked out, you need a way to attract potential buyers that you otherwise might miss out on. Consider this. When they need a product, most people start with a Google search. I mean, I know I always do. And there are ways to make sure that you're right at the top of that Google search result. And this is called search engine optimization. In a nutshell, it means making your website easier to find when people search for topics related to your product. Let me share a couple of strategies with you right now. So first thing is that search engines absolutely love fast websites. And if you used hosting a website builder, you already have this step covered. If not, you'll need to make sure your site is as lightweight as possible. So get rid or optimize everything that is causing it to take ages to load. We don't want that. Now, next up, your site's content must be relevant to what the person is actually searching for. Now, this is where keywords come in, and you'll need to do some thorough research here. I strongly recommend checking out Ubersuggest, which is a free keyword research tool. Now, in this example that I did, I've entered graphic design templates, for example, and the tool has come back with search volumes, their history, and most importantly, additional keyword ideas. Now, make a note of these keywords by including them on your website and its pages. You'll be sending out the strong signal that your content might just be what the searchers are looking for. But now you may ask, how do I include these keywords naturally on my site? Well, at the bottom of Ubersuggest analysis, you'll find the content ideas section. Pick any that appeal to you and turn it into a post on your website. Every great site has a blog, and now you know why. In addition, add the keywords to your product titles, descriptions, and blog posts, but don't overdo it, of course. Everything should still appeal to actual humans, as keyword stuffing is seriously penalized and generally frowned upon in the whole website world, so don't do that either. Now, unfortunately, the free version of Ubersuggest only allows one daily search, and that might not be enough for some people, and I recommend taking the keywords from before and feeding them into Google Trends as well, which is also a really great tool to use. Compare several keywords and use the most popular ones with the biggest search volumes. Now, I promise you, by giving your online store's SEO more attention, you'll attract a significantly higher number of visitors to it, and as a result, you'll definitely sell more of your digital goods. And while we're on the subject of helping you sell more, let me share an advanced tip that could actually drive your earnings through the roof. And here I'm talking about dynamic pricing, which is basically adjusting your prices based on customer behavior, seasonality, or the perceived value of your products. Now, by definition, digital goods are way more flexible than physical ones. And what I mean by that is that there is no such thing as an inventory and manufacturing cost, and you don't need to worry about shipping either. Now, this flexibility allows you to experiment with pricing strategies and everything else for the best results. For example, when you're launching a new product, you might offer an early bird discount. Or if you're about to introduce an updated version, you might hold a last chance sale, as you've probably seen on some websites. Now, this kind of pricing and communication really creates a sense of urgency and encourages immediate purchases, and also rewards the buyers who act quickly. And yes, fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a really strong motivator here. Now, another effective strategy that I want to talk about is tiered pricing. Let's say if you're selling an online course, you could just, list it and call it a day. Or you could offer 3 tiers of the product. Let's say a basic package with the course materials, then a premium version that includes bonus content, and a top tier option with personalized coaching. I mean, not only does this maximize your potential earnings, but it also sends a strong message to your target audience, which is basically that you understand their needs and you tailor your services to meet them. Another good strategy is dynamic pricing, and it also works well with limited time deals. You could, for example, offer temporary discounts during the holiday season or important sale periods like Black Friday. And once you've implemented a few dynamic pricing strategies, track your sales and adjust your prices as needed. You'll definitely need to experiment to see what works best for you, but I would definitely recommend to try it out. And this brings me to my next tip. I'm pretty sure this is tip number 5, but it is to work on building trust and social proof. And guys, don't confuse this with having a large following on Instagram or Facebook, because social proof refers to the idea that people are more likely to buy something if they see that others have already had a positive experience with it. This can come in many forms, like reviews, testimonials, user-generated content, and shout-outs on social media, basically. Reviews are always absolutely great. Having just a few will do wonders for your conversion rates. And make sure to definitely incentivize your customers. After they make a purchase, let's say, send them a follow-up email asking them to leave a review, and offer something in return, like a discount on their next purchase or even a freebie. I mean, the more personal the review, the better, so you definitely have to motivate them. And as you gain traction, ask for detailed testimonials from your most satisfied customers. If you sell digital courses, ask people for feedback on how the course helped them achieve their goals, and make sure to highlight these testimonials on your website pages and other marketing materials as well. And also remember that numbers matter. If you've sold thousands or even hundreds of your product copies, be proud and mention that just by saying something like more than 500 people have downloaded this ebook. You give your product credibility and show that there's demand for this product. So the bottom line here is that when people see that others are happy with your products, they'll feel much more confident to purchase one themselves. And with all of my previous tips implemented, the last thing you want is to lose a sale at the final hurdle, the checkout process. This is really important, guys. If your cart and checkout pages are confusing or frustrating, people will abandon their purchases and all your hard work will just go to waste. I mean, I know I've abandoned carts before because it was just too hard to actually buy the product. So begin by simplifying the checkout process as much as possible. Ideally, you want a one-page checkout where customers can quickly review their order, enter their details, and complete the purchase. And no unnecessary clicks or directions should be there. And if you built your digital product storefront with Hosting or Website Builder, AI should have already handled all of this. Otherwise, you'll have to do this manually. However, before your customer even gets to the checkout page, make sure you are transparent about all of the fees up front. Be clear about your prices from the start and mention any additional costs so your customers know exactly what they're paying for. I mean, they definitely don't want to see any surprises at the end. Now, next, make sure to offer multiple payment options. Now, just imagine someone trying to buy an ebook of yours only to discover that you don't take credit cards, for example. It's simple. The more providers you accept, the more likely you are to serve a wider range of customers. Find out what payment methods your target audience and locale tend to use and make sure you support them. And I mean, in the end, making the buying process hassle-free is one of the simplest ways to boost sales. The easier you make it for customers to make purchases, the more likely they'll hit that buy button and return to buy again. And that's a wrap, guys. That is all I have for you today. And if you follow these 6 tips that I shared, I guarantee you that your product sales will increase. Now, if you've got any extra suggestions for your fellow online entrepreneurs, definitely make sure to leave them in the comments below. And meanwhile, if you want to learn more about how to start a digital product business, check out this video where I go over the steps of launching your digital product business in a lot of detail, including creating your store with Hosting or Website Builder. And if you found this video helpful at all, please consider dropping us a like and subscribing to Hosting or Academy for more helpful videos. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.